How y'all doing this evening? All right, I love the energy. All right, we're going to jump right into it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So slide, please. How many of y'all know what this is? Right, okay. So for those of you that are under the age of 20 years old, about 400 or 500 years ago, this was the first model of a cell phone. This came out of cell phone. It allowed people to stay connected. So, I mean, you no longer had to find a quarter to rush to a payphone to make an emergency phone call. You no longer had to weave through traffic to try to hurry up and get by the landline and make sure nobody else was there at 8 o'clock because the girl you met at the movies, you told her to call you right at 8 o'clock. Now, fast forward to today, we now have these, slide, smartphones. These smartphones have took the connectivity to a whole nother level. I mean, now we can email, we can text message. I mean, a father in California can text his son in Miami and let him know that to have a great day. A mother can video call her daughter from Wyoming that she's thousands of miles away from to let her know that she's thinking of her. This sense of connection has taken it to a whole nother level. But what happens when this connection becomes addicting? A recent study has shown that a cell phone is considered the world's smallest slot machine because it allows the brain releases endorphins every time you get a notification, as if you were hitting the jackpot. So you get an email, cha-ching, jackpot. You get a text message, cha-ching, jackpot. The same sense you get of hitting the jackpot, your brain releases those same endorphins. Now, what happens when you mix this addiction with something that needs extreme focus? And I'll use something that we're more familiar with. Addiction, alcohol. Something needs extreme focus, firearms. We all know that alcohol and guns is a terrible combination, right? We can agree on that, right? Absolutely. Addiction, controlled substances. Something needs extreme focus, heavy machinery. We know somebody that's had an accident on the job that uses heavy machinery. What's the first thing they tell you to do? Go take a drug test. Because they know that controlled substances is not something you need to be on with heavy machinery. But something that we're realizing more so today, addiction, cell phones. Something needs extreme focus, driving. There are 3 types of distracted driving. Number 1, manual distracted driving. That's when you take your hands off the wheel. So you're driving along and you realize you forgot a couple of buttons. You just take your hands off the wheel, hit the old knee to the steering wheel move that everybody's probably done once or twice before. Distracted driving. Number 2, visual distracted driving. That's when you're driving and you take your eyes off the road. So your hands are on the wheel and you see an accident. What's the first thing people do? Visual distracted driving. And number 3, which I think was one of the most dangerous ones, is cognitive distracted driving. And that is, though your hands are on the wheel and your eyes are on the road, you're not mentally focused on driving. So when you're sitting there driving and you're thinking, did I close the garage? Did I take that out the oven? I got so much to do when I get home. And before you know it, you're like, how did I get way down Poplar? I missed 3 exits. A driver is 60% more likely to have a car accident or a car crash if they're distracted. You're 60% to have a car crash if you're distracted. 60% more likely to have a car crash if you're distracted. Now, if I told you were 60% more likely for a piano to fall on your head if you were wearing a Bugs Bunny costume, what would you do? Not wear a Bugs Bunny costume, right? So why would you be distracted? Why would you be distracted driving? Going 55 miles an hour, if you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds, you've traveled the length of a football field. That's end zone to end zone, essentially not looking at the road. Take a step back and think about how crazy it is that you're going 55 miles an hour, 65, 75, 85 miles an hour, and you just decide, you know what? I'm just going to not look at the road because I need to know what time I Love Lucy comes on right now. I'm just going to not look at the road because I want to know what time the NFL game starts right now. That sense of connection and always having information in our fingertips has become addicting. Now understand this. The human brain cannot do two cognitive skills effectively at the same time. Your brain can't do it. What your brain can do is switch between tasks so fast that it gives the illusion that you're doing them simultaneously. To demonstrate this, we don't have time to do it now, but when you get home, I want you to take two utensils. With your left hand, I want you to write your first name, and with your right hand, I want you to write your last name at the same time. It's gonna find it's harder than what you think. You won't be able to do them at the same time, but your brain's gonna figure out which one do you want me to do first. I can't do both of these at the same time. Now, for those 3 people out of 800 million that can do this at the same time, think about how low cognitively demanding that is, just writing your name. Now let's throw something more demanding like driving, texting. You can't do them simultaneously. It won't happen. Now we all know that somebody that's addicted to their cell phone, can't leave home without it, must need it, always have to make a selfie, take a post, share this, text this. But understand that driving is not the time to be doing that. Your life is one of the most precious things you own. Might be the most precious thing you own. And is it worth losing for something over a text message? There are 3,200 deaths in America caused by distracted drivers. Out of those 3,200, 400 of those are caused specifically by someone texting. Now think about the most 5 important people in your life, whether it's your mother, father, daughter, son, grandparents, whomever that may be. Understand how senseless does it sound for them to lose their life because someone was texting and driving. Someone decided to do their makeup while driving. Someone decided to eat while driving. It's a senseless act that can be 100% preventable. Driving is the most dangerous thing you will do on a daily basis. So why would you do something other than pay attention? In closing, I would like to say this. You ask me how dangerous is the world's smallest slot machine? And my answer would be extremely. Every jackpot is not worth it. Now, before I end, I wouldn't be me if I didn't leave you with a sense of little motivation. I've been through ups and downs as we all have been. But understand this. Adversity comes to everybody. Crappy stuff happens to everyone. But it's not what happens to you that defines you. It's how you respond. How are you going to respond when you're 18 years old on a football scholarship and become paralyzed from a distracted driver? How are you going to respond when you don't get that promotion that you've worked year-round so hard for? How are you going to respond when you finally get the courage to ask that girl out and she says no? Are you going to give up? The answer should be no. You are a unique individual. Only you know who you are. You are the only person that's stopping you. There are no limitations to what you can achieve. A great philosopher by the name of Marshall Bruce Mathers III, please look him up when you get home. A great philosopher by the name of Marshall Bruce Mathers III once said, there are 1 million people who are just like you, who dress like you, who walk, talk, and act like you. They might be the next best thing, but they're not quite you. You are the only one that can stop you from being who you truly are. We've all heard the saying that the sky's the limit, right? The sky's the limit, the sky's the limit. I challenge each one of you to think outside the box and say, how can we say the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon? There are no limits. The only limits are the ones you impose on yourself here. Thank you.